You wake up, you haven't eaten a single bite, you haven't touched a weight, you haven't done a single squat. And in those first 4 minutes after your eyes open, your body has already decided whether it will burn fat today or lock it away. Not at the gym, not at dinner, right there, on your pillow. And if nobody has told you this yet, that is exactly why nothing has been working, because you've been showing up to the wrong battle. Here's the thing that completely changes how you see your body. Belly fat, the stubborn, deep, around your organs kind, is not primarily a food problem. It is not a workout problem. It is a hormonal environment problem. And that environment gets decided in the first few minutes of your morning, every single day. The hormone running the show is cortisol. Now, before you roll your eyes and say stress hormone, yeah, stay with me, because this is where it gets genuinely interesting and slightly frustrating. The moment you wake up, your brain triggers something called the cortisol awakening response. On purpose, by design. It is supposed to give you energy, sharpen your focus, get you upright and moving. That's the original plan. A clean spike, then a slow drop throughout the day. Beautiful system. The problem? Your morning is not designed. You grab the phone before your eyes have even focused. You scroll. You see a work notification. You read something upsetting. You sprint to the kitchen, pour coffee on an empty stomach, and somewhere in all of that, your brain registers one thing. Threat. It doesn't know it's just a Tuesday. It reads the signal, not the calendar. Cortisol spikes hard. Survival mode activates. And your body, being deeply loyal and extremely literal, starts protecting you by doing one thing: storing fat. Specifically visceral fat, the belly kind. Wrapped around your organs, loaded with stress receptors, incredibly responsive to every cortisol surge you produce. Here's the part that should make you angry. Visceral fat has more cortisol receptors than anywhere else in your body. The more stressed you are, the harder it clings. You can eat clean all day. You can train hard 5 times a week. But if your mornings are chaotic, you're creating a hormonal environment that physically works against fat loss. Same food, same effort, different hormonal context, different result. Now think about Japan for a second. They eat rice daily, noodles daily, the exact carbohydrates that Western diet culture has been demonizing for decades. And Japan has one of the lowest obesity rates on the planet, not because of some secret superfood, not because they do more cardio than you. Their mornings are calm, slow, intentional. Cortisol behaves. And when cortisol behaves, the body stops hoarding and starts spending. That's the whole equation. A nervous system that doesn't wake up convinced a tiger is in the room. So let's actually fix the morning. Step 1. Water before coffee. You just slept for 7 to 8 hours without drinking anything. You are also breathing the entire time, which loses water. Your blood is thicker than it was last night. Your heart is working harder just to move it around. That pressure alone nudges cortisol upward before you've done a single thing wrong. Before anything else. Before the espresso machine. Before the phone. Before you speak to another human. Drink a full glass of room temperature water with a small pinch of sea salt and a few drops of lemon. Slowly. The adrenal glands, which produce cortisol, run on minerals. You're restocking them before they have to work. You're sending a quiet signal upstairs, hydrated, stable, no emergency. Cortisol eases. The nervous system unclenches. 1 glass. That's the first move. Step 2. Get outside within 30 minutes. Inside your brain, there is a master clock. Scientists call it the suprachiasmatic nucleus because scientists love naming things that way. This clock controls both your cortisol rhythm and your sleep cycle on the same schedule. When it drifts out of sync, cortisol stays elevated all day for no clear reason. You feel tired and wired at the same time. You know that feeling. Exhausted body, restless brain, can't nap, can't focus, can't figure out why. Your kitchen lights cannot fix this. Your phone screen cannot fix this. Only real sunlight carries the specific wavelengths of light that reset this internal clock. Within the first 30 minutes of waking, step outside, 5 to 10 minutes. No sunglasses, no scrolling, just natural light hitting your eyes and skin. What you get is a clean cortisol spike in the morning, followed by a slow, controlled decline through the rest of the day. Serotonin rises, energy when the sun is up, sleep when it isn't. ancient, boring, and it works better than anything sold in a bottle. Step 3. Wait 90 minutes for the coffee. I know, stay with me. While you sleep, a chemical called adenosine builds up in your brain. Adenosine is the reason mornings feel foggy, heavy, like wading through something thick. Your brain naturally clears it in the first hour after waking, on its own, without caffeine. When you drink coffee at minute 5, caffeine doesn't remove the adenosine. It just blocks the receptors. The adenosine is still underneath, waiting. You get the spike, then the crash, and the crash hits harder than your original tiredness because now you have accumulated tiredness plus a cortisol spike sitting on top of each other. That combination drives cravings, brain fog, and specifically fat storage in the abdomen. If you wait around 90 minutes, adenosine clears naturally. Cortisol settles into its real rhythm. Then the caffeine lands on a stable, calm system. Cleaner energy, longer focus, no 11 a.m. wall where you suddenly need something sweet just to keep going. Same coffee, different timing, completely different outcome. Walk, do not sprint. This is where most people get it completely backwards. They wake up stressed, underslept, underfueled, and then punish themselves with a high-intensity workout because they think discipline means suffering. Here's the problem. If your body is already running in stress mode, intense training is simply more stress layered on top. Cortisol stacks. Your body reads the whole experience as active danger and doubles down on fat storage. You sweat, you suffer. The scale doesn't move, and then you blame willpower. The smarter move is almost insultingly simple. Walk outside for 10 to 15 minutes. There is a mechanism called optic flow. As you walk forward, the world moves past your eyes in a smooth, steady visual pattern. That motion directly calms the amygdala, which is your brain's threat detection center. It tells the amygdala, we are moving forward. Nothing is chasing us. There is no emergency. Perceived threat drops. Cortisol drops with it. Access to stored fat increases. Walking will not trend on social media. It will quietly do more for your waistline than the brutal workout you dread. Step 5. Leave the phone alone for the first 30 minutes. This one costs nothing. It is also the one almost everyone breaks before their feet touch the floor. The moment you open that screen, your brain absorbs dopamine hits, comparison, urgency, notifications, opinions you did not ask for, all before your eyes have properly focused. Your nervous system reads it as overload. Cortisol spikes immediately. Fight or flight activates, and your fat-storing environment is locked in for the rest of the morning before you eat in a single meal. Give yourself the first 30 minutes back. Quiet, slow, deliberately boring. Your parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest side, needs that undisturbed window to set the tone for the entire day. When you protect it, cortisol stays low. And low cortisol is the only hormonal environment where your body is actually willing to spend stored fat rather than guard it. Mental calm in the morning is not a mood, it is biochemistry. So here's the full sequence. No supplements, no detox products, no programs to buy. Wake up, leave the phone, drink water with a pinch of salt and lemon. Step outside for sunlight. Walk gently for 15 minutes. Wait 90 minutes for coffee. That's it. 5 moves. Each one quietly removes a cortisol spike that has been blocking fat loss every single morning without you knowing it. Try the exact sequence tomorrow. Just once. Pay attention to your hunger at lunch, your energy at 3 p.m., and how you sleep that night. Your body will give you feedback faster than any scale ever will. Now, which of these 5 is going to be hardest for you? The phone, the coffee delay, the morning walk? Tell me in the comments. I read every single one. And if this made your morning finally make sense, follow for more. Because we go deeper every week. Sleep, hormones, cravings, digestion. The stuff your body is doing completely on purpose, even when it feels like it's working against you.